Have you noticed lately how many folks actually go into prepper channels and say, "Hey, I really like your show. Hey, I really like what you're doing." But at the end of the day, they see it more as a show, as something as to, I want to get entertained. So very similar to Doomsday Preppers or something like that. So they go in with, just the mindset of, I need some entertainment. Well, the thought came the other day, and I was like, I think YouTube, to an extent, has compromised what preparedness really is. Because let's face it, there is a significant amount of prepper channels out there, and that is not a bad thing. It's a really good thing. But when you have a lot of prepper channels regurgitating pretty much the same, and very few have original content, and very few have first-hand experience, it dilutes the message. And when you have a significant amount of folks going in just for entertainment and they don't care to prepare, it also dilutes the purpose of preparedness. So I started thinking, and I was like, well, Billy, how about you do a little something different? How about you go and look at those big channels and see what they're doing? Well, lo to behold, I check a whole bunch of channels, and very, very few still remain at the core of preparedness. Unfortunately, things have changed, and things do change with time. But a lot of it has moved more into reporting news and less of preparedness talk or showing people how to do things. Actually, very few are now showing people how to do anything. And if they do, it's pretty much the same thing. Bug out bag, filtering water, the same thing that had been said now for years and years and years. I'm pretty sure that everybody knows how to do those things. But nonetheless, I wanted to see the evolution of prepper channels more into the idea of like this. Let's discuss scenarios. Let's see how we can mitigate possible issues. But I don't see that. I see them moving more into, well, let's report the news. Whatever somebody else did the research, let's report on that, and let's try to be the first one. Let's try to be the first one. And the funny thing is that I was reading in my local area a problem that happened in here locally, and I was like, oh my God, that happened basically because, well, they want to report first, not the truth, but first. They wanted to be the first one to report. And that's what I'm seeing a lot. I need to get the clicks. I need to get the views, because YouTube have become, well, that's it. And the message, in my opinion, is getting diluted. Now, granted, there's still a few up there, big channels, who still remain true to who they are. They're still doing the same thing. They're still, going through the process, and they haven't changed since they started it. But nonetheless, is YouTube diluting or compromising preparedness? I would say yes in a way, and no in a way. Yes, because, well, some people have changed, and now they're just another news source. And if I want to watch the same news sources 3 or 4 times, then guess what? Mainstream media is there. And alternative media is there. I can read as well. So some had changed to that format. That's their prerogative. That's their right. They had grown significantly. To me, they had lost their core value, but that's just me. Others, they had remained true to who they were, but people are coming in with the idea of entertain me. Now you are a show. You're not somebody who I want to learn from. I just want to see what you're doing. And in a lot of cases, those people get criticized the most, which is unfair. very unfair. So I would say 50-50, honestly. It's just one of those things that as time changes, as you know, new blood gets into the preparedness, you're gonna see different flavors. The algorithm of YouTube constantly change, so it's just again one of those things that we're gonna have to deal with. Honestly, I would love for people in at least in this community to be engaged. They are engaged, but I would like them to be more engaged. Have discussions with y'all. It's late, y'all. If you don't know this, it's late, and today it has been a really hot day. Yes, it get hot in Alaska. It has been in the 80s all day long. Actually, we woke up in the morning, and it was 74 already. I actually had to connect my AC inside the house because yesterday it got to like 88 inside the house. It was ridiculously hot. Now, for those of you who live in the South or the low 48, will be like, you crazy, Billy? Consider the fact that we spend half of the year in sub-zero temperatures. Our bodies are accustomed to the cold, and it's hot, hard to us to deal with the heat. But nonetheless, I would love for the community to be more engaged, discussions, civil discussions, more. And if I can ask you a favor, please try to share our content as much as you can. To my knowledge, there are very few folks who actually have firsthand experience. I know it's a lot hard. It's really hard for me to actually tell you stories about Cuba. I try to be general. I still have to deal with those demons and memories and whatnot, and you can trust me on it. A lot of times when I tell you stories, they hunt my dreams. Let's just put it that way. So don't let my dreams, don't let my hunted dreams go in vain. That's all I'm trying to say. Try to share it as much as you can. I promise you, everything that I say here is honest to God what really truly does happen in third world countries. And I don't come here to sell you something that is not true. I don't come here to speak about other places in the world because I just don't know. I would tell you only about the things that I know and the things that I have experienced, because otherwise I think I'll be disingenuous with all of y'all. But yeah, please do share our content as much as you can. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It helps quite a bit. Nonetheless, if you're getting into preparedness, be mindful who you follow. You have to do your research. You really, truly do. Nowadays, if you start getting along the channels that just PowerPoints and it's the same voice over and over and over, there's no face on those videos and whatnot for real people, most likely you're just listening to an AI, honestly, or just folks just put a PowerPoint together, they put the voices in there, and that's it. And those are the videos who actually are getting thousands of views. Go figure. I guess people don't like folks with accent and real life experience. That's just the way it goes. If you are in a prepper channel just for entertainment, be mindful that we pour our heart and soul into this type of things. And a lot of us have a lot of demons in our closets that we have to deal with in order to show you things and to teach you all things that most likely people would never have gone through. So keep that in mind as well. Just be respectful of that. That being said, I'm just gonna let it be at that. Again, has YouTube compromised preparedness? I would say yes in a way and no in a way. Has YouTube helped preparedness? I would say yes in a big way and no in a little way. It has helped preparedness big time, because what we see nowadays, the percentage of people thinking about preparedness is way higher than what it was 10 years ago. That's just what I have seen. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like I was rock on, prep on, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.